Hello friends, this is Kevin aka KMan1 coming at you with another episode of Sly 2 Band of Thieves. In the last episode, we took some recon photos around the Contessa's new base and found out that she was also holding Carmelita hostage, and in this episode we are going to start making some moves to escalate the conflict between Neyla and the Contessa. So, just going to go ahead and say right off that this is post-commentated because for some reason the commentary that I did while I was actually recording the gameplay got deleted by my computer for no real reason. I don't get it. Technology is weird sometimes, and I'm super bad with it. But anyways, but this entire episode is going to be post-commentated. That's just what we got to work with. But anyways, let's just go ahead and run into the first mission.
Alright, Sly, there's your new objective. Sneak inside and smash the coffin of the evil wolf priestess.
Sounds pretty harsh. Does the old girl really deserve that sort of treatment?
Weren't you listening? She was an evil wolf priestess. Once you smash the coffin, it'll free all the ghosts trapped in there with her.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with all of this, but freeing trapped ghosts sounds vaguely heroic.
Alright. And, so you're just going to walk into the crypt up here, and there are going to be some traps in there that I'm going to be ridiculously bad at dodging for some reason. I don't know what it is. My reflexes are just really bad about dodging traps and stuff today. But the big thing you just want to do is they kind of are just slightly out of sync, and so you kind of need to wait until they're a little bit closer to each other in the arc, and you just got to jump over and avoid the spikes. And I get hit again here because I thought I was outside the range, but I wasn't because I'm bad. But that's not really that big a deal. Anyways, here I waste a lot of times actually. Oh, a lot of time. I can't talk right now. I wasted a lot of time fighting these guards because I didn't really need to. I could have just focused on breaking the crypt in the middle because that would release the ghost, and that is your objective for this area. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with fighting guards. I managed to get a couple of coins out of it, which is always nice, especially since I'm still kind of behind on coin grinding because I'm lazy about playing this game when I'm not recording. But anyways, I'm about to smash open the crypt, and a bunch of spooky ghosts are coming out. Yeah, this episode, if you got spooked easy, this is where you should go ahead and turn it off.
Now head outside and I'll fill you in on things.
Yeah, no. This honestly isn't super scary at all, worth anything. But you know, some people are just like, I can't do ghosts. Where's the trigger warning on that jump scare? Blah, blah, blah. Also, if you look closely, Sly's head is just like completely turned around right here, like 180. I don't get it.
I've modified the imager in your binocular to capture ghosts.
Didn't I just set these guys free? Why would I want to capture them again?
Not to worry, it's only a short-term confinement. Gather all the ghosts, then set them free down the chimney of Neyla's headquarters.
I get you. She'll think it's a sneak attack from the Contessa.
Correct. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, Neyla should respond to the assault by purchasing more firepower.
Anything bad for the Contessa is good for us. And we get to really freak out Neyla.
Yeah, and so your goal is to just go around taking photos of these ghosts, and I elected to speed up this segment because there's a lot of me just like running around having no particular idea what in the world I'm doing. So you're going to get to watch that at double speed, so it's less fail-tacular. I mean, it's still going to be plenty fail-tacular, just because I'm just really bad at this game during this recording for whatever reason. And I don't get it. I'm normally really good at this game, but I guess it's just the combination of me not having played for a while, plus the fact that I'm recording just makes me bad for some reason. But I don't remember ever having, like, hardly any issue with most of these segments. Like, some of them I definitely had some problems with, but overall, I feel like I've had more issues during this Let's Play than I ever did, like, actually playing the game on my own free time. But I guess that's just how it's gonna be. Anyways, go ahead and let me know in the comments how you guys feel about sped up segments, because I know a lot of Let's Players try to avoid using speed ups as much as possible. And I haven't been like using them every single episode or anything like that, but if I'm trying to like do all of the missions for one segment in a row. I'll do a lot of cutting and fast forwarding, I guess. So go ahead and let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but if you guys would rather just have live gameplay commentary all the way through an episode, I'll definitely do that and go ahead and just stick to making a longer episode if that is the case. But yeah, as we're working our way through, a lot of this mission I spend like not having any clue where I'm going, and so just kind of awkwardly jumping around and accomplishing nothing. And you'll see a lot of running around in circles. They're just like, it's like the thing I'm going for is very obviously in one place, but I'm just going in the exact opposite direction for no particular reason. Yeah. And then I fall off for stupid stuff like that and I have to climb all the way back up. And it's super annoying, and I hate doing stuff like that. But that's okay. And again, this isn't a gameplay segment I've ever really had like a crazy amount of trouble with. It's just like for whatever reason, while I was playing it today, it just didn't work for me. So, whatever. Maybe I'm just a lot worse at this game than I thought. I probably am, even though I don't think myself to be that particularly skilled at this game. I like to think I'm at least decent at it. But anyways, there's going to be 3 more ghosts, I think, that we have to take photos of. If I'm not wrong. And a lot of the time the ghosts will like phase inside buildings and you won't be able to take photos of them for a really long time. And you can't really do anything about it, you just kind of have to wait for them to glide out in a pattern that puts them outside of a building as opposed to inside of a building. So, yeah. This is one of those gameplay segments that's really hit or miss on whether it's like super easy or incredibly annoying. And I just so happen to have a really incredibly annoying run this time. Plus, for some reason I can't make this jump to save my life, even though I just made it like 3 seconds ago. So, yeah, this is the gameplay you guys are getting here. But anyways, as we take the last photo, we are back in normal speed.
Have all the ghosts. Now just make your way to Neyla's HQ and drop them down her chimney.
So the Contessa wants war, eh? Perhaps it's time I purchase a little air power. A few bombers should put that old charlatan in her place.
Alright, so with that mission complete, I am going to go ahead and, I mean, I've already edited it so that it'll automatically cut ahead, but the video is going to cut ahead to the next mission destination with what character? The main man, Murray.
Hey Murray, can you see the general from there?
Nope. Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
What if he doesn't want to come? I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of 2 things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Wow, that is handy.
So, yes, like Bentley was just saying, we need to basically just carry this guy back to the safe house. And the power-up, I think it's called Atlas Strength, makes this mission just like the easiest thing in the world. Basically what it does is it lets you run and jump while carrying something. So, if you have that, this mission is basically like the easiest thing in the world. If you don't have it, obviously it can be a little more difficult, but since I do have it, it's just going to be a breeze for me, and I'm going to run through it in like 5 seconds, and it's going to be great. But yeah, that's this mission, pretty much. There's honestly not much to it if you have the power-up that I do.
Well, well, General Clawfoot, we've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to the castle gates, Don't feel like talking, huh? How about a little of this? Talk, you scoundrel!
Alright. And so yeah, that was an incredibly easy mission. But the last one is for Bentley, so I am just going to cut ahead to the mission. And I don't understand where Bentley is learning the codes for the keypads. And it's just like there's so many keypads throughout this world where it's just like, how do they learn the code? Where does it come from? I don't get it.
That's it! I knew she'd have a bad mojo collector to transport the overflow.
Huh?
It's a semi-magical device that sucks up bad mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts.
Wow, sounds easy.
Not really. Bad mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for.
Wow, sounds hard.
Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my collection of the ectoplasm.
Huh? No way that'll work. I'd use that switch to smash up the guards before they ever got near me.
Precisely. Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are full, that should be enough black magic to destroy the Mind Shuffler.
Alright. And there's just an example of Murray kind of honestly being mischaracterized. That's just like really incredibly dumb, where honestly, from a lot of the other interactions he has with people, he's clearly not like an idiot. But anyways, the gameplay for this is you're using the switches, you just activate them with the circle button, and you just smash up the guards before they can hit you. And if you take any damage, you automatically lose. And it will restart you in there are going to be 4 segments to this, I guess like a mini spoiler alert. But if you take damage, then it'll just restart you at the segment you died in, rather than like making you restart all the way from the beginning, which would be super duper unfair, if we're being honest. But for most of them, you just kind of need to learn the basic rhythm of how it's supposed to work, and once you have that down, it's really, really easy.
Looks like the spouts run out of bad mojo. No matter, I'm 1/4 of the way to a full tank.
Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut over to the next door that I still have no idea how I learned the code to it. I don't know where I got it, I don't know how Bentley got it, I don't know how this works. But anyways, this one is really, really easy once you actually learn the trick. Like, it takes me a second to figure it out here, but seriously, you can just use the swinging axe over and over again, and you could just take out every single guard by doing it, except for like the first one where the timing's a little bit different. But once you see I pick up on it, I'm just like, oh wait, really? It's this easy? Yep, it's that easy, and it's up before the next guy even comes through. So as long as you just get the timing like I do, this is easily the easiest of all the crypts to get the mojo collector filled up. But yeah, it's really just like brain dead gameplay. Like, this is for those of you who play League of Legends, this is like playing Warwick or Rise. Like, there's no real thought to it. You're just kind of mashing buttons whenever you have cooldowns.
Watch out!
But it's about 2/3 the way full, I think. Hopefully, I don't know. This is like easily the least interesting one to commentate on, because once you learn the trick, it's just super boring. But there are 2 more switches besides the swords that spring up from the path that they walk on and the axe. There's one that throws daggers on like the segment closest to the camera right now, with the spikes, and it just like throws daggers and takes out anyone who's standing right there. And then there's one behind Bentley that it just crushes whoever's standing there. All very, very nice, but all very, very unnecessary. Anyways, it should only be a couple more guards until we're done here. And yeah, that's that.
Excellent! Another chamber in my mojo collector is full. Moving on to the third crypt.
Alright. And the cut to the door will be now. And this one is a little bit more interesting than most of the others because there's not really any particular rhythm to it. You'll kind of see what I mean when I get into it. But this first button you come across is like a flamethrower that'll kill anyone who gets within a certain range of it. But the button in the middle is really interesting as it just puts a lot of sleep gas in the room. And you kind of need to use your bombs while they're asleep in order to stop them. And then the ones on the sides are big, crushy, giant machine part thingies of death. But yeah, there's no real particular rhythm to this one. You just kind of have to wait until they gather up so that you can kill them using one of the buttons, and then just move on to the next one and use your bombs when you're putting them to sleep and all that jazz. It's definitely not like hard, but it's the hardest among these, I guess. I don't know. All of them except for the previous one I did in one try, and the previous one I only failed because I forgot that it was so easy. Or like I just got the timing wrong for getting everything. So yeah, but this one honestly isn't that bad. And you see I placed that bomb and I thought both of them were in the blast radius, but I don't even realize that guard's still there for the longest time. I'm just like, wait, there's a sleeping guard there. Soon enough, and I'll place the bomb, and literally as soon as I put the bomb down, he wakes up. So, or like right before the bomb explodes, so it doesn't do the one-hit kill that sleeping guards get if you bomb them. So just kind of something silly there.
That does it for this room. Looks like I've only got one more crypt to go.
And like Bentley said, there is only one more crypt, which we will be at in now. And this one is also pretty straightforward. I kind of goof up on it, but the closest button to you is, it uses like a lightning shock to basically just fry everyone. And then the rightmost switch will turn on the fire in the rightmost place that the wolf is standing, and the middle one will drop the platform, and the left one will spit more fire. And as long as you're just running back and forth between those switches with good enough timing, this is going to be a really easy mission for you. And anyways, as always, at the end of an episode, we are going to be hit with a couple of cutscenes. So, as I am cleaning up the last few guards, see I finally have the rhythm right. So, things are going to be super, super easy from here. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. And I said that super weirdly because I was trying to drag it out until the end of the guard fighting thingy, but I failed because I'm bad. So, you guys are just kind of watching me zap them to pieces.
Alright, the deed is done. With a mojo collector at full capacity, I should be able to blow the clockwork eyes off that mind shuffler. This is going to be great. Alright, fellas, let's get down to business. The first steps to escalating the war between Neyla and the Contessa have gone well. We're down to the final setups before we spring our trap. Sly, I need you to steal a voice modulator from the castle and install it under Neyla's headquarters. If all goes as planned, it should allow us to give orders to her mercenaries without being detected. Unfortunately, Neyla's recent bomber purchase has made her army over-enthusiastic, and they might strike before we're ready. Which leads me to Murray. I need you to hotwire one of the Contessa's tanks and go to town on the mercenaries. We just need to intimidate them a little. And finally, I'll venture back into the crypts to power up that old computer in the re-education tower. We're going to need it to save Carmelita. Oh, and Sly, if you haven't already got one, you'll need to buy a paraglider for the heist. Okay, let's move out!